Start. The great majority of business companies today are companies limited by shares. The shares that may be issued vary according to the degree of financial risk that they carry. For however, invest his money as a shareholder in somebody else's business is taking a calculated risk. He cannot be sure that the firm in which he is taking shares will make a regular annual profit, or at any rate a profit large enough to ensure the payment of reasonable dividend, which is to all intents and purpose equal to a fair rate of interest on the money he has put into the company. Para. The most important difference between one type of shares and another is that between preference and ordinary shares, preference shareholders, as their name clearly show, come before the ordinary shareholders when the company's profits are distributed in the form of dividend after a good year's trading. The profit will be sufficient enough to pay dividend on both preference and ordinary shares. After a bad year, the board of directors may decide to pass the ordinary dividend and make a distribution only to preference shareholders when a substantial loss has been made. Even the preference dividend may be passed in such cases. However, there is sometimes a class of preference shares known as the cumulative preference shares, which gives the holder the right to receive, when results improve, the dividend or dividends he has missed in the previous year. Para. There has been also sometime two classes of preference shares, first preference and second preference, the former having priorities in the allocation of profits to dividends. Para. Since ordinary shares obviously carry a greater degree of risk, they are made more attractive to the investors by having no fixed rate of dividend, which means that in a good year the ordinary shareholders may receive a higher percent return on investment. Preference shares, on the other hand, have a fixed dividend rate which usually varies between 4 and 6% of the because of the distinctions. The prices of ordinary shares on the stock exchange fluctuates considerably more than that of preference shares, and a good deal of money is made or lost in buying and selling them by people who enough shareholders in name and therefore partly owing the business, in fact, are interested in the company merely as a source of temporary investment.